Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris just won the entire presidency, all 538 electorates, in a mere 15 seconds. This is incredible, this is history, and this is what we were looking for in the year 2024.
雪花飘飘，北风萧萧，天地。
Hello Internet, Re-Educational Camp Survivor here, and today is going to be a great day because we are going to be going on the top posts of this year on r/politics. But before we begin, we got our first Patreon subscriber, which is absolutely insane. I am just so happy considering I haven't really done much to the Patreon, not gonna lie, because I didn't really expect people to use it. It's kind of something I made a long time ago, but I mean, if you do want to buy me a coffee or something, that'd be great. And I do hope to add content to it in the future, so if you have any ideas for that, leave it down in the description. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, join the First Amendment Discord, and let's get right to it. Alright, so as you can see, we are on r/politics, top of this year, and the top post is Mega Thread. Former US President Donald Trump convicted in New York criminal fraud case on 34 out of 34 charges. Today, on its second day of deliberation, a jury of 12 New York citizens found former President Donald Trump guilty on 34 out of 34 felony charges that have been brought against him by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. This marks the first time in US history that a president, former or otherwise, has been convicted of a crime. All 34 alleged falsification of business records in the first degree and violation of New York penal law, blah blah blah. You can read the indictment made, and this is the part I find most funny, is that they literally just spam the same exact, not the same exact source, but they spam the same information just a billion times because that's how happy they are. Oh my god, dude, it's literally a cult. And you know what the most funny thing is about all of this is that Donald Trump probably in 1 year has paid more taxes than everybody in this chat combined. Like, he has so many businesses and so much, so much money tied to all of them and so much income that most of these people I know are probably 15 to 20 and they probably pay maybe $100 a year in taxes because their income is less than like 20, 25,000, 30,000, somewhere around there, if that even. So 34 counts. I mean, isn't that just, they really stretched to make it look just as bad as possible, when at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. The Stormy Daniels, like, who gives a fuck at the end of the day, truly? Like, is this really what you're worried about? We had 3 separate national conflicts end within the first 2 days, and these people didn't want him, and they called him a felon up until still now, today. So let's read the comments. Remember when GOP Senate said, let the courts decide? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh god, Donald Trump becomes the first actor from Home Alone 2 to be convicted of 34 felonies. Okay, that's pretty funny. Shitting on the judge that's going to sentence you is an interesting strategy. Let's see how it plays out. Oh man, the hindsight being 2020 is so beautiful. I would like to appeal on the grounds that the judge could not possibly have been unbiased after I insulted him so much. He probably already was, looking to convict Donald Trump either way. Like, let's be completely honest. Anyone in the country, if they found something to convict Donald Trump of, they would probably be doing it, especially if they have any sort of power. Wow, he's never scored 34 out of 34 on anything before, A+. Sentencing is set for July 11th. The Republican National Convention is July 15th. I still can't believe I've been forced to care this much, or care about this embarrassing fucking idiot for almost an entire decade of my life. Well, guess what? You guys are the one who attacked him, so if you want to keep bringing him up, if you want to keep putting him in the news, it was gonna happen. Even in 2020 to 2024, I still saw endless coverage of Donald Trump. And you know what? I'm sick of it too. Get it the fuck out of my face. Cover something else, please. Anything else. Congratulations, Donald Trump. You have the most convictions of any other president in US history. And he still won, baby. He still fucking won. Someone finally got the popular vote. Oh man. This one did not age well. Or aged perfectly, depending on who you ask. His Wikipedia page is already updated. Of course it is. Especially when Wikipedia can't even determine whether that one black guy in the Ubisoft game Assassin's Creed was like a samurai. I just can't believe it, dude. Wikipedia has fallen also. I could make an entire channel dedicated to Wikipedia and how much they lie or change information to benefit themselves. It is also a highly left-wing platform. Donald John Trump, born June 14th, 1946, is an American politician, media personality, businessman, and convicted felon who served at the 45th president of blah blah blah, whatever. Who gives a fuck, man? And the problem is when you lie about someone so much, it's hard to tell what is actually true about them. Like, at the end of the day, he can't do his own taxes, so he has to rely on a lot of other people to do them. And if they fuck up, of course it's Trump, so they're just gonna blame Trump anyway. I'm not 100% sure of all the details, but I mean, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck, dude? We're having world wars be pretty much ended within the first 2 days, so which do you really care about more? Remember when he said Hillary should drop out because he was under investigation? Oh my god, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. Like, so many of they started out with one of the biggest hoaxes of all time, which was the Russiagate hoax. And now they're like, why don't people believe us? Why don't people believe us? Thinking of the judge and the jurors, thank you for your courage. Be safe. Oh yeah, very courageous attacking Trump. It's not like the entire media has done it for, I don't know, 8 years now. Oh, this one was 4 days ago, 88,000. Senator Bernie Sanders wins a 4th term representing Vermont. Probably won't go through too many of these, but the best of his generation. Oh god. The one American politician where I believe without a shadow of a doubt that he only cares about the people and not about his own ambitions. There are many others I respect and admire. Quick note, I didn't see that he said Buttigieg and fucking AOC as the people who he admires. Like, the dude who literally left for months and nobody fucking noticed, and a goddamn fucking bartender, bro. Like, come the fuck on. I don't, socialists owning mansions is such a weird thing to me. So I'm just gonna move on. We're just gonna hear Bernie Sanders get his old cock get jerked for 3 hours straight. Calls for JD Vance to resign after he admits that he created pet eating story about immigrants. Created? New York. Let's see how legit this article is. Okay, I already read the title. Republican Vice. Okay, blah blah blah. Just about every time JD Vance, the most unpopular vice president nominee in American history. Oh my god. Are you sure that wasn't like, what's her name? Sarah Palin? Are you sure it wasn't her? Opens his mouth, he ignites a firestorm of criticism, and likely shaves another point off the Republican presidential ticket's polling numbers. Did it though? I feel like all the memes that came out of that were actually in his favor, and it brought attention to the Ohio situation where with all the Haitian migrants and shit. On Sunday, in an interview with CNN's Dana Bash, Vance admitted that he and Donald Trump made up a baseless and racist story about Haitian immigrants eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. If I have to create stories so that American media actually has to pay attention to the suffering of American people, then that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I want to see the whole interview and quote. I mean, I'm not gonna go through it, but I swear to God, dude, these people will twist words in whatever way possible to get the narrative that they're looking for. Good luck, Republicans only double down. So do Democrats, come on. This is probably coming from inside the house. Vance has been a disaster for Trump, and that's pretty fucking hard to do. What world are these people living in? Do they not watch the vice presidential debate? This is probably coming from inside the house. Vance has been a disaster for Trump, and that's pretty fucking hard to do. Did these people not watch the debate? Like, he outperformed Walz so brutally that people dropped the whole weird narrative. Did you see that? I didn't see the media call him weird for the rest of the election. Maybe people on social media, but the media completely dropped that narrative. DeSantis shit all over his constituents. DeSantis shits all over his constituents and hasn't resigned. What makes you what makes them think Vance will? Dude sent armies of white nationalists to a small town where they are issuing repeated bomb threats and showing that it's not immigrants that are fucking everything up. If people were fucking sane, they would demand him resign. When? When did this happen? Okay, they're acting like he sent the KKK or something. And I'm sure I would fucking hear that story literally everywhere if that actually happened. This never happened. I guarantee you, this never fucking happened. Every single press question from him now until he dies should hammer him on this. You lied and you knew you were lying. Are you taking responsibility for collateral damage, or are you a psychopath or just an asshole? What collateral damage? I don't think anyone actually, like, even though the story was funny and everything, I don't think anyone actually gave a shit. And by give a shit, I mean like go to Ohio to do anything. And even the Haitians there, like that one guy interviewed them, said like, oh, that story is like, you know, I'm not seeing it and, you know, we're fine. Like literally nothing ever happened to them. He's provoking violence and bomb threats against the citizens of Ohio, but MAGA won't care. Exactly, the right people are getting hurt by it. Nah, let him stay, and he doesn't help Trump in any way. The call is for him to resign his Senate seat, which he should. He's fucking over his own constituents for his own personal gain. So Republicans can make up systematically and spread lies about climate change being a hoax, torture being effective, WMDs existing in Iraq, black people being welfare queens, and gun violence not being a uniquely American problem, but it is cool so long as they don't admit to it. There's just so much wrong with this one statement alone that I would need to be here an hour to break it all down. Holy shit. 80,000 likes. Taylor Swift endorses Kamala Harris. This is what you guys cared about. This exactly right here is why the fuck you lost. Tim Walz's live reaction to the news is excellent and heartwarming. Alright, so on one hand, we have a retarded pop singer, and on the other hand, we have one of the most brilliant engineers ever and businessmen who created a company that not only is the lead in space exploration, but he built the most free speech platform in our modern era, so much so that all the other platforms are following along. I wonder which endorsement means more. Tim Walz's live reaction to this news is excellent and heartwarming. Oh god. I bet it is. She ended with the Taylor Swift childless cat lady. JD Vance can't escape from this ever. Interrupted CNN and everything. I'm watching MSNBC and Rachel Maddow stopped Tim Walz and read him her post. He was all smiles. Oh god, stop. He's already dead, but seriously, continue please. Signed, childless cat lady. Trump and his Russian bot army are having a really bad day. I don't know, were all those votes bots too? What are you trying to say here? Trump tells Christians they won't have to vote in the future. We'll have it fixed. 78,000. Oh my god. Another quote that's just completely out of context. I remember that too. And basically what he was saying is that I'm going to fix all the primary issues that Christians have so that they won't necessarily need to vote again because their issues will be solved permanently. It's not that he's going to be a fucking dictator, but let's get into what they're actually thinking, he said, which would be complete nonsense. Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to anymore. 4 more years, and you know what? It will be fixed. It will be fine. You won't have to vote anymore. My beautiful Christians. So they clipped the full speech and quote, and now, and they still say if all is good and well in this country, this fascist piece of garbage officially lost the election tonight. But it's, aged like milk too. But it's not, so I can't wait to see how faux news and the moron maggots? Oh, maggots. But it's not, so I can't wait to see how the faux news and the moron maggots spin this one. They'll always... We don't need to spin it at all. Just fucking read it. Just read the text. They'll say, as always, that he meant something completely antithetical to what he said. It's grand gaslighting, plain and simple. Pot, speaking of kettle here, ladies and gentlemen. This shouldn't be legal. We need this message to get out to the general public. Video clips like this need to be on every news network. If CNN doesn't give this shit wall-to-wall coverage like they did with the fallout of Biden's debate performance for 3 straight weeks, then I'm gonna lose all remaining faith in the American media. You know what? Hop on the motherfucking train, baby. Holy fuck, I'm shaking. Meds now. I am shaking in fear that the liberals will burn America when Trump wins. You're shaking? Lol, what the fuck? Are you a wet cat? I don't like him, but I think everyone is overreacting about this. He's saying, if you don't normally vote, come out and vote just this once. I'll fix it all so well that you won't have to worry the next election. Yes, he's a trash human, and yes, he's caused constitutional crisis and insurrection and appointed judges who are clearly against the idea of democracy. Sure. This clip isn't the smoking gun that people think it is. It's a really dumb thing to get upset, and it's frankly dishonest to frame it that way. And this guy got 18 downvotes. The most sensible opinion on this entire thread got minus 18 fucking downvotes. Mega thread. Vice President Kamala Harris announces Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her 2024 running mate. AP and other sources are reporting that the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has selected current Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate in the 2024 presidential election. Alright, and they just dropped all the news sources. Let's see what the comments say. My favorite thing about Walz is he was a high school teacher. He knows how to answer stupid questions from the media and deal with immature people. Minnesota will miss him if they make it to the White House. Bro, Walz was the goofiest motherfucker ever. I swear to God, that weird narrative was 1,000% projection about having Tim Walz as a fucking candidate. Sorry, not candidate, but, a vice. My mom, a highly respected / awarded state educator, taught with Walz for many years in Mankato and vouches for his character and integrity. He was beloved by his students and staff. He's an Army veteran, teacher, football coach, congressman, and governor. He's qualified, intelligent, extremely likable, and will be a great vice president. Extremely likable and football coach. Wasn't the whole football coach thing kind of debatable? Wasn't he an assistant or something? Or he wasn't nearly as qualified as he probably should have been, and he would say weird football references that weren't exactly accurate. I remember that. Fuck yeah, this guy is amazing. Democrats have done 2 smart things in a month. Simply amazing. 2 smart things in a month? I'm waiting for the first. For those unfamiliar with Walz, he's currently the governor of Minnesota, and he signed numerous progressive laws. Oh god, protections for reproductive rights and gender affirming care. Yeah, this alone he's cooked. This alone is a no for me, I'm sorry. Completely no. Legalizing cannabis and expunging prior convictions. The legalizing cannabis part is pretty sick, I gotta follow my libertarian stereotypes. They need to release the video of him surrounded by children as he signs the free lunch law and juxtapose that to Vance telling his child to shut up about Pokemon. What the fuck? I take cash and Zelle. Harris campaign. This got 9,000 likes? Get ready for an onslaught of vice presidents don't matter from the party that apparently picked the VP by ripping a line of Adderall and grabbing a name out of a hat. 5,000 likes? Dude, I don't have a response to that. How the fuck are you supposed to respond to that? Jeff Bezos killed Washington Post endorsement of Kamala Harris, paper reports. You know what? I saw them praising Jeff Bezos a week or so before the election. I forgot what it was for, but it is just hilarious that they come out with an article like this now. 61,000. So that's the Washington Post and LA Times that had their owners stop them from endorsing the person they want to endorse thus far. Then go ahead and remove "Democracy dies in darkness" from their tagline. Maybe replace it with "We rolled over and let democracy die." The fact that so many Yes, democracy dying is having the popular candidate win the election. That is democracy dying, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that so many billionaires are pulling strings and spending money to help Trump. Oh my god, dude. Kamala literally had more campaign funding than Trump. and she still lost. Spending money to help Trump win should make it crystal clear who you, a non-billionaire, should vote for. Dude, most of the Democrats are funded by way more billionaires than Trump was. It's just insane. This is the real gaslighting. Billionaires being this reluctant to endorse Kamala should be more motivation to vote for her than any Washington Post endorsement could be. Dude, I think the Democrats are actually the most highly funded organization in modern America. Like, just the Democratic ideas, or Democrat Party ideas, sorry. Because Kamala was not fucking voted in, by the way. Democracy dies because Jeff is a pussy. Billionaires are the enemy of American democracy. Oh man, if only they knew. If only they fucking knew. You know what, we can easily return to this. I'll probably make another post as like a part 2 version. But anyway, alright guys, I think I'm gonna leave it on that. But I just can't believe that we got our first patron. That is absolutely insane. I'm gonna start putting the patrons either here or here, I don't know. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, join the First Amendment Discord, and I will see you guys later. Peace.